Away we go in Sunday afternoon footy, and a high hanging kickoff from Ponga. Straight to Burton. And back into the fray go these Bulldogs. After a fortnight off, Tavita Pangai Jr., who the Newcastle coach Adam O'Brien said has been in superb form in recent weeks for these Dogs. And welcome back, Thompson.
Tavita Pangai Jr. is from Newcastle, played for the South Newcastle Lions, a homecoming for Tavita.
Second hit up on the opening set from Max King, and Pangai does likewise. And look at that run, terrific. Crossland and Elliott couldn't take him down, so some impetus here for Sexton to go to work. And the chase is a good one. Carraz goes up. What a take. Marju in off the wing. Good start from the Dogs. Here's Young. There's the big forwards for the Bulldogs early. It's the outside backs for the Knights. It's a confidence booster for Marju, dealing with the threat of Carraz and Addo Khan. Leo Thompson. 21st game of the year for him. And Gamble from just inside the 40. There's Wilson in the headgear. As we check in with Ruan Sims, how are these conditions?
Oh, they're pretty good down here now. The rain has still stayed away, and the wind has swung around a little bit. It's sitting at 16 degrees, but the wind earlier was from the southeast at 11 k's an hour, and it's swung around to the south-southwest, gusting at around 24. So it's currently favouring the Bulldogs, but the second half will definitely favour the home side.
Look at the purpose with which Tavita Pangai Jr. is going about it.
Yeah. No hint of offload there with Tavita at the moment, which is a great sign, looking to build his game.
Sexton again hanging it up towards Marju's side, and he's up to the task here.
Well, they're kicking to Marju's side. Greg Marju, explosive player. He likes to get those second plays. He gets the sets rolling. Takes him away from those play twos. So it's a plan by the Bulldogs. They'll kick down that side. Here he goes. He's a real power athlete. There's not much endurance in Greg. Not much effort on effort. If he's fresh, he's near unstoppable.
Is that a modern day tactic or been around a long time?
With
kicking to that winger who's got that potential?
No. It's a long-term thing. They've been doing it all year. Big error there from Newcastle.
Preston tackled on the 20-metre line, so opportunity knocks here for the Dogs. Quick play the ball here for Marnie to go short side for Avarillo. And Carraz back on the angle. He scored a hat-trick last time he was at this venue. Shape here to the open side, but Pangai Jr. only has his sights on going forward with ball in hand. Now Sexton for kick out. Good tackle, Gamble down low. Frizzell over the top. Knight standing up defensively for now. Took 3 or 4 to stop Thompson. Now Burton, creativity, quick hands, kick out, but Wilson could not hold on.
Yeah, this is Viliami Kikau at his best. Young Blake Wilson, and he couldn't handle this ball. There was some space and a real chance to score the first try of the afternoon. Kick out, wonderful hands. And then Wilson, he just couldn't get a clean grab on that ball. Ominous signs down this left edge with Viliami Kikau.
Yeah, playing a power game, the Bulldogs. So Newcastle, I think they've got to tighten their defence line, compress up a little bit more and be more aggressive from marker. At the moment, the big man is just rolling over the ruck.
Short ball to Fitzgibbon. In combination with Jackson Hastings. Confident scoop from Crossland as dummy half, and Elliott gets some second phase going. Nice move, Gagai. And Young on the outside. Important tackle by Burton. Not there in the nick of time before the big winger could really wind up. Good feel about the opening 5 minutes in this one. As Avarillo gets there on the full.
Adam O'Brien in the pre-game spoke about the kick chase last week in Perth. That was a really poor kick chase then. Jacob Safudi was pretty much down there on his own.
Round 18, 6 weeks ago. Newcastle 66. The Bulldogs 0, but there are 5 changes to the starting 13 today for these Bulldogs. Oh, intercept thrown by Pangai as he looked for the trademark offload. Nice stuff from Anari Tuala. And the Knights have their best ball. Set restart to boot. Not that it really mattered. So now they can try and set it up for Ponga to go to work. Thompson, met by kick out. Campbell, no look pass, trying to put Saifidi through. His brother's coming off the bench today. Campbell again. Gagai moving nicely, slipping out of tackles. Dane Gagai, it opens up. And it's a solo try to start things for Newcastle.
Now, Dane Gagai, he's got an ability to beat an opponent and make players miss. There was nothing on here. There was more defenders than attackers, but the brilliance of Dane Gagai, some footwork. Isuzu MUX replay. Just watch the footwork and sleight of hands here. Little dummy. It's Luke Thompson that just took the dummy, number 15. And Dane Gagai, he gets the first 4-pointer of the afternoon.
Well, if you count the numbers from the play the ball, there's 5 defenders for the Dogs, and it's a 3-man attack for the Knights. And Gagai, with his speed and his strength, he's got that pinball where he hits and he just pinballs off defenders. Somehow, he's made his way. What a try.
Spiders on him. All came off that offload and that turnover from Tavita Pangai. He had a wonderful start to the afternoon. Here's the try.
Look at 5
Absolutely
defenders.
Nothing happening. And then Dane Gagai with spiders on him. Nearly untouched in the end.
Well, Luke Thompson, it's his first game. His match fitness wouldn't be there. He was gassed then. He just stopped moving on the inside.
A straightforward look for Kalen Ponga. Been the try assist king so far this year, Dane Gagai. 13 try assists, giving it to Dom Young on his outside, but scores his 3rd 4-pointer of the campaign there. A disappointing miss from Matt Burton first up, wasn't it, before Thompson?
Yeah, there was a few players that would like to have that time again in the blue and white jerseys. A good start by the Knights.
Absorbed the early pressure and then scored with their first real chance. And just watch this replay in the box as the Knights get another penalty. High 5 on the hill.
Look at the big boys getting it.
Yeah.
They're loving it.
There's Joey's mates.
Yeah. He looks like he enjoys himself, well hydrated. They say might be a sickie tomorrow. This was set up by a run from Leo Thompson off the kickoff. He went into 4 of them and scattered them. He is a gun, Leo Thompson. Only played about 20 games of rugby league, rugby union combo. He's only going to get better and better.
Crossland, the 9. The gamble heavily involved. Hastings, here's Ponga. And well done, Carraz. They had created an overlap. Absolutely dominating possession in the last 5 minutes. Newcastle and Thompson threatening to open them up.
Yeah, that looked really dangerous down that left-hand side. Hastings to Ponga.
Here they go again. Fitzgibbon, the lead runner. Thompson just sets things up midway through the tackle count. Looking for back-to-back tries here. Again, they go left for Ponga. Important tackle down low. Preston held on. Gamble spotted a gap. Oh, it's opening up big time here. The Bulldogs in big trouble. The Knights loving it.
Well, this time it's Tyson Gamble with spiders on him, and you wouldn't believe it. It's the exact same space as Dane Gagai went through. Viliami kick out and Luke Thompson just come up and take no one. This is the Isuzu MUX replay of the left-hand side attack. You see Kalen Ponga injecting himself, getting the footy in his hands, but just the space between Thompson and Viliami kick out, and Tyson Gamble just says, thank you, I'll take that. Wow, that's twice now.
Well, he would have scored that touch footy. He did not get a hand laid on him. And we're 10 minutes into a game at NRL level. That's just totally unacceptable. To go through without a touch on you.
Twice.
Look at Lachlan Fitzgibbon in the background. There may be
showing
dramas here. Look at this. Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, disappointing. This is the key for the Knights. Heard Adam O'Brien say, you've got to start well. Well, actually, he did get a touch.
What's the ball movement? You know, Jackson Hastings swinging from right to left, left to right, getting the ball in his hands, getting it to other key players. He distributes it to Ponga on the left and brings it back to Tyson Gamble on the right. There's Joey's mates again. They're up and about.
It's 2 converted tries now. Headaches for Cam Serraldo. Does he have to make the call to get Thompson off? I mean, he's short of a gallop, hasn't played in nearly a year, and he's been exposed here.
Well, his movements in defence, one, fatigue, but also he had that leg injury. If it's his inside leg, his right leg, whether he can't prop or move laterally on it, but that's twice. There's another miss.
Comes back for a second crack. Alarming signs from a defensive perspective for the Dogs.
They look like they're running downhill in Newcastle.
Yeah. They're actually into the breeze.
Oh, is there a high shot here? No.
Crossland and Elliott. Hastings to hang it up into that breeze. And Wilson able to defuse that time. Some respite for the visitors after copping those back-to-back tries. They started so well. Right on the front foot in the first 5 minutes.
Well, there was that compulsive offload from Tavita Pangai, which totally changed the momentum.
Marnie sensed the markers weren't square. He's played every game this year. So too has Avarello in various roles.
Tyson Frizell slow to get to his feet.
No pressure on Ponga. Key cog in this 5-game winning streak.
Oh, that looked dangerous.
So fast.
He hasn't had to do a whole lot so far, Kalen Ponga. His time will come. Elliott out the back for Gamble. No way through for Frizell as Braden Burns got in his face.
He doesn't look 100% Tyson Frizell at the moment. Gets up limping. Straight to the sideline he looks.
Oh, quick hands, Ponga. And Tuala trying to get through Carraz. Hastings through the hands for now for Gamble. from one side of the ground to the other for Gagai to kick, and Young is interested. Oh, nearly. Just did enough Avarillo to put off the Englishman.
Well, again, they had more defenders than attackers, but it was Dane Gagai just stepping off his right foot. It brings the outside defenders up, and then he puts in a nice little kick off his right foot here, brings the winger up, and then Dom Young, he had the best piece of that ball. There was a real chance for Dom Young to score another try.
He should have scored it, Bill, really.
Yeah.
Look at that. He'd be disappointed in that one, Dominic. Dane Gagai put the 7 on his back. Great kick.
Gibson stays out there. Luke for the Bulldogs. Leo for Newcastle. Pangai Jr. it is, has been withdrawn.
You can see Tyson Frizzell's had that right ankle taped up. There's a drop ball by Carraz.
Scrum. Box on.
He actually played lower grades at Newcastle. Jacob Carraz went down to Bulldogs to get his shot. Once again, Tyson Frizzell on the ground getting more strapping from the trainer.
Let's go, start the form up.
Just before that kick by Dane Gagai, there was an opportunity on the left-hand side of the field created by Kalen Ponga. Put Tuala, this is the injury to Tyson Frizzell, just jars his right ankle up. Yeah, just watch Kalen down the left-hand side of the field. Adokar likes to come up on the end of the line. There's a bit of space in behind for a kick. As Gagai goes down the right.
How good's he looking? Dominant opening 15 minutes from the right centre for Newcastle. Completion rate is high. The Bulldogs 50% right now. Flat pass from Elliott. All the way through for Saifidi. Hastings, similar for Fitzgibbon, who was shaping for an offload. Ponga was loitering. Elliott up the middle. Nice pass, but the intercept winds up being taken by the fresh man under the ground, Harry Edwards.
That would have been tackle 5. We have no try. We're just looking at a potential professional foul, making contact before he gets the ball.
Okay.
Geez, Adam Elliott's ball playing.
Yeah. Playing nice and direct, the Newcastle Knights.
He's got a hand on. Yeah, this will be. Oh. This may be a sin bin. Would you call this a professional foul?
That's what they've gone
Harrison
up for.
Edwards' left hand grabs the upper arm of Leo Thompson before he takes possession of the ball.
Try scoring situation.
This is a professional foul.
Because the tackle would be made by Edwards.
We have a decision.
Yeah, this will be 10 in the bin.
Yeah.
Jackson Hastings got his hands up for 2 points. I'd be rolling the dice.
Well.
Yep, sin bin.
Casey Badger just getting her message across to Peter
Harrison
Goff.
Reid. Either way, you grab the arm and take away his opportunity to catch the ball. It's a professional foul.
Well, that makes things a little bit tougher for the Bulldogs.
Mate, I'm not going to argue with you, mate. That's the decision.
Mate, he's trying to get in front of him. What does he want to do, mate? Like, of course he's going to touch him.
Mate, I've already spoken to you about it.
That's hurt us, mate.
Well, it is what it is.
Reid Marnie it was, mounting the argument. Protest falls on deaf ears, and they do take the 2.
Well, the key here is when the opposition's down a man. Doesn't matter where you are on the field, you just got to use the ball. That man on screen, if he can get some quality ball against 12 men, especially when they're coming out of trouble, Newcastle, where the defences sit back a little bit on the edges, this could be carnage.
Yeah, they can't fall into the trap of pass to the space. They've got to attack the space through the middle. Like that last set, punch holes through the opposition.
It's 14-0. The Bulldogs under the pump big time now, defending with 12 against the Knights. And think back to one of the key moments in this run of 5 wins in a row when Tarek Sims went to the bin for Melbourne. Newcastle poured on 3 tries.
3 tries, yeah, in that time.
Yeah, the Dolphins last night against the Roosters. They were down 12-8, and someone went to the sin bin, Ray Stone, put on a couple of tries. It's a big call. It's the right call, but it's a big call.
Oh, look at Marju just doing some bench presses, getting rid of a couple.
Funnel webs, not spiders, Billy, that one.
Oh, quick hands, Addo-Carr with ferocity on Ponga.
And then stood over him too.
He's okay, Kalen.
Yeah, he's ready to go. Trying to expose Addo-Carr, who wasn't back on side yet.
Well, he stood over Kalen for about 3 seconds. He should have just got back on side. It's a poor play by Addo-Carr.
He's in good form, Adam Elliott. Is Addo-Carr bottom of the
Watch
screen?
him here, stands over him. That's not a team play.
Touch pass, here he goes! And equal record! 21 tries in the year for Dom Young. How far out did he take off there?
Surely not.
I've got no try case.
Ooh. Surely not.
An obstruction on Matt Burton.
Well, they're going to have a look at an obstruction on Matt Burton.
Well, they've just extended the runway at Newcastle Airport. Goes all the way to McDonald Jones Stadium. What are they looking for here, Bill?
Just looking at Tyson Frizzell. He's the lead runner on Matt Burton. Well, you can see Frizzell trying to get out of the road. Well, this will be an obstruction.
Tyson Frizzell runs to the outside shoulder of Matt Burton, which takes him to ground. We're just looking to see the defensive structure of the Bulldogs' left-hand side to see if it is affected.
Well, I don't think he affects the play.
Well, they don't take advantage of the gap which Tyson goes into. But this will be a no try.
The only thing is he's denied the opportunity to get across.
But the best chance was Avarello.
Well, I don't think he gets it down anyway. I'd like to see what happens.
This denies Matt Burton an opportunity to continue to chase and defend the play. We have a decision.
Did he get it down? That's the big query. We'll have a look at that in a moment. It would have been special if he did put it down. Wouldn't have counted for anything. Here we go. Oh, yeah, baby.
Are you serious?
Wow.
No way. Look at the crowd. Oh, that's so good. Great camera work.
Special athlete. And the Roosters have signed him on a long-term deal, 4 years.
No, let's not talk about that.
Oh, King gets smashed on the opening hit up. Down to you, Ruan.
Well, another reason the crowd went off when that try was disallowed, aside from it was a spectacular put down, Dominic Young would have equalled Tamana Tahu's try record of 21 for the Newcastle Knights.
Yeah, Uarte also in the record books with 21. Surely it'll come at some stage.
Tamana only played 18 games that year, is that right?
10 of them at centre. 2002 it was when Tahu was creating that record.
There's a few big scorelines that year.
Certain A. Johns calling the shots. Now Preston. Might have been on if he went on the outside there with 12 men, the Dogs. Addo-Carr, a chance to leap here. Was he blocked off? Oh, Ponga! How high did he get there? He's taking it personally against the Fox, I reckon.
Well, he only had eyes for the football. He flew up into it. He got some height, Kalen Ponga.
I thought it was a penalty. I thought Greg Marju ran Addo-Carr off the ball. Anyway, play on. Here's the bottom of the screen. No. Okay.
Some of the athleticism on display from these Knights. They literally are flying right now. Elliott again, ball playing. Gamble picked the right one in Ponga. Early service for Young, but Kickow was looming large, and Dom saw him.
Great effort, kick out to get there.
Final play, stabbed into that corner. And Averillo across stylishly.
Well, even though they're not getting the scoreboard ticking, they're working over this defence. A lot of scramble for the Bulldogs. If the Knights can keep this ball in play, get some real fatigue into the Bulldogs here. They're out on their feet.
Well, the Bulldogs have already made 2 changes. The Knights still yet to make their first.
There's one of the changes. Corey Waddell just on. Marnie trying to milk a set restart here, but Campbell stayed out of it. Burton looking to find touch to take some seconds away. Gives up a 7-tackle set instead.
Yeah, with the breeze at his back, he just didn't have enough curl on that ball to try and find the touch line. He found the dead ball line instead. That builds more pressure on his team. 7 tackles from the 20-metre line.
Well, at the moment, the Knights have had 64% of possession. So you imagine at the end of this set of 6, there'll be an attacking kick.
Well, I think halfway through the set, they'll be looking to attack the defensive line. They'll be looking to put on tries.
Something Adam O'Brien talked about in the interview with you guys pre-game. He was disappointed at the lack of patience last week against the Dolphins. Trying to score points too quickly. And certainly making the Bulldogs feel it here, fatigue-wise. We'll cash in later. Still 3.5 minutes to go for Edwards in the bin. Crossland keeps it alive for the busy Adam Elliott. Flicks it out the back for Crossland. Now Frizzell. That right foot strapped up. Another offload. They just keep on mounting here. Gagai just gliding across the turf. Knock on against Wilson first here for 6 more.
Yeah, this will be a double knock on. And Wilson touches it first, and then Dom Young. Jeez, the amount of offloads
Where do you want the scrum, mate?
and passes from the Knights, just finding space. Gagai's tackle bus must be incredibly high. Down to you, Root.
Well, Billy, prepare yourself. There's going to be a really big cheer coming on soon. Daniel Saifidi is up on the sideline. He is prowling. He is getting ready to go. He's going to be coming back to McDonald Jones Stadium.
Yeah, missed the past couple of rounds with a quad injury.
It's a big halfback feeding the scrum.
2 metres tall, Dom Young. And they jump the gun.
Oh,
Hastings is sore.
You have to be better on 10.
Oh, no. No. Oh, he's in agony, look.
It was an ankle.
Reed, the discipline, mate, needs to improve. It needs to improve. Ruxin 10. I'm just giving you a tip.
Jackson Hastings.
Hip drop.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's Jacob Preston. Yeah, that's a hip drop. Oh.
Preston knew it immediately, didn't he?
Yeah, we're going through that process.
So the trainer.
Well, Jackson Hastings knew it. He felt the pain. He's got his ankle caught underneath him.
Yeah. He doesn't look in a good way here. He doesn't look.
Billy, these tackles, I haven't seen these tackles. It's only the last 18 months.
Yeah.
They've crept into the game. I don't know whether they have happened for the last 20 or so years.
Well, I'm sure they have. It's when you twist your body. It's the contact and then the twisting of the hip and sitting down on the back of the leg. Look, I'm sure it's unintentional.
But in years gone by, when Preston would hit, your feet would stay on the ground and you would drive with your legs. But it's when you lose your legs and the momentum, you swing around.
Yep.
It's defensive techniques have totally changed over the last 20 years, I'd say. So normally that'd be cut in half and you'd be driving with your legs. Your legs wouldn't leave the ground. Well, this is a better sign.
What sanction are we looking at here for Preston?
I think they'll go down to 11 men. Maybe for the game.
I don't think they'll send him for that.
He hasn't put his hip on him. He's on the ground. He's not trying to hip drop.
You gonna let me go? You said you understand it's a hip drop.
It's a send-in. It's not a send-off.
I understand, but he's
So
actually...
it's unintentional. players don't mean to hurt other players in that fashion, but
That's the way it's been reviewed.
that is by the textbook a hip drop.
But they wouldn't practice this at training, so the techniques have to change.
Yep.
Totally change.
He's lucky the left leg didn't get trapped as well. But it's done the damage on the right. Look how upset he is.
It's done the damage for the Knights. Who knows what this means for Jackson Hastings, and he plays an integral role in what the Knights do. Kurt Mann comes on the field in jersey number 14. Does he go to halfback, or does Crosland go to halfback and Kurt Mann play dummy half? You'd probably know more about that, Joey.
What's that, sorry?
Who plays halfback now?
I'd
Phoenix
say
Crosland?
Phoenix Crosland will go there.
That man is the dummy half. Crossland goes immediately into that role, and Ponga was running out of room, slipping away from tackles. They're defending with 11 for the next 2 minutes. From dummy half, Kurt Mann hitting and spinning. Welcome to the ball game.
Well, he's fresh, all right. He's just got on the field. He scored a try like this last week against the Dolphins in Perth. One of those players, Kurt Mann, you can play him anywhere. Predominantly playing lock, but he's pretty much played nearly every position on the field in his career. And just on Jackson Hastings, here we go, Isuzu MUX replay. Is he hits, spins, drives with his legs. Jackson Hastings' season was ended last year by a hip drop. I think Ruan may get in the sheds. We'll talk to the doctor. We'll get a heads up how bad it is. But Kurt Mann, nice touch.
Yeah,
First set of 6 he's on.
He's a footy player. Actually played in Kurt Mann's debut game. He played in the centres that day for the Melbourne Storm. And he can play anywhere. He's a tough little footy player from central Queensland, out near Longreach. But he's found himself in the hooking role, dummy half. And you can just see with 11 men on the field, there's space everywhere. Players rushing out of the defensive line trying to solve the problem. They forgot about the new dummy half in Kurt Mann.
Yeah, that key try last week came just before half-time against the Dolphins. This one coming just before the return of Harry Edwards from the bin. Ponga's had some good looks early and nails 2 more. So Kurt Mann on and making an instant impact with that try from dummy half. And think back to Jackson Hastings. I'm sure it's gone through his mind. Last year, round 20, broken leg, hip drop tackle from Paddy Carrigan ended his season.
They just have to totally change their technique now, because we're seeing too many of them. And if that happens again to Jackson Hastings, it'd be devastating.
Oh, Young keeping it alive. A little too risky, though, 30 metres out from his own try line.
It'll be devastating for Jackson, but also the Knights. Get it out of the gun. Right.
The Dogs back to 12. Edwards returns. Waddell takes them inside the red zone. Been a long time since they've been here. Burton out the back, Avarillo, cut out pass, and Wilson just struggling to hold on today.
Hand over, play the ball.
The 2023 NRL and NRLW Telstra Premiership Grand Finals are on at Accor Stadium Sunday, October 1 is the date. Don't miss your chance to witness history. Head to nrl.com/tickets to secure your grand final tickets today.
Hey, Harrison, front foot, Harrison.
Hetherington, another off the bench with fresh legs here.
And the Bulldogs go from 11 to 12 men. Harrison Edwards back on the field in the middle.
Hetherington, a former Bulldog, of course, has played more games this season than any other year in his NRL career.
He's had dramas with his discipline in the past, Jack. But as I said, he's strung a lot of games together. Touch wood.
This season ended very early last time around for the Bulldogs in 2022 after a shoulder injury that required surgery. Gamble's kick. No pressure on Averillo this time. Wilson in a tough game so far for him on the left wing. Scored a hat-trick in that upset of South Sydney back in round 19. And there's Liam Knight. Second game as a Bulldog for him.
Good to see he's now strapping on that knee. Had that horrendous knee injury, pretty much tore every ligament in that knee.
Burton looking dangerous on this left-hand side, and Burton late offload, look forward, and that's the call.
Well, he's waiting. He was waiting for his outside men to get to him before he threw that offload. He was nearly on the ground. He had it there.
Where do you want it?
Ended up being a forward pass. Burton running the football. That's his most dangerous play. Waiting for Burns to get through. May have been interfered with by Dom Young.
Yeah, Dominic Young put a hand on him.
Yeah.
This should have been a penalty. Dominic Young will put his hand out.
Ooh. Saw a very, very similar one down the other end of the field, which resulted in a sin bin. I don't think that was a sin bin, but certainly a penalty.
Gagai unable to bust the tackle there, but he's already got 7 tackle busts to his credit in the opening half. Oh, awkward coming together there as he was flipped into the air, and Liam Knight did not miss the opportunity.
Yeah. Take a bit more than that to hurt Jack Hetherington.
He's ready to go again as a decoy runner. Oh, Elliott's paid the price, but puts Saifidi through, waits for the pace. How cool was that from a front rower? Gamble arrived in time, and they've got 24 unanswered. Careful, boys.
Settle down, Tyson. Well, Adam Elliott, we spoke about his ball playing. Viliami kick-out comes out of the line.
Punch on the ground there. What's a punch on the ground there?
And absolutely irons Adam Elliott out. I'd like to see the tackle again. Bargy, push and shove. Tyson Gamble. Isuzu MUX replay.
Away, boys. First career double for Tyson Gamble. What a season he is having. And the onus may fall on him as well if Jackson Hastings has a serious injury.
Well, if it is serious, Joey, and Jackson can't play for a number of weeks, who fills in that number 7 jersey?
Well, the option now, what they're doing now, Phoenix Crosland would play there. Adam Clune, who played a fair chunk last year, has been killing it in lower grades. I'd probably go towards Adam Clune. Don't want to chop and change too many players. I'd leave Phoenix Crosland dummy half. Fingers crossed Jackson hasn't sustained this season-ending injury. What a shame that it'd be.
I read Marnie's been called out here.
Could this be an 8-point try with what went on there?
This might be just 2 captains just to settle
Had a
things
lot
down.
happened in this game so far, okay, and that's what it's ended up with. Anything like that happens again, both teams are going to start losing players, all right? We're here to play football, not that. That's rubbish.
I'm trying to
I understand they're frustrated.
I'm trying to stop you from getting to the post.
Yeah. I'm not talking about you in particular. That's everyone else coming in, and that goes for you guys as well. Like I said, happens again, players are going to sit down. Sort it out. You got time now? We're just a metre outside the post here.
It's a chat today between Reid Marnie and the referee, Peter Goff. All above board the way that he ignited the situation when he was late on Gamble as he put the ball down.
It's a big challenge for the Bulldogs now, and more so mentally than physically. Obviously, the scoreboard pressure is going to be there, but once they get 13 on 13, they need to start playing footy.
First career double for Tyson Gamble, and it's all come in the first half here against the Dogs. It's starting to resemble that encounter 6 weeks ago, isn't it? 66 plus 26. I think it was 92 zip in a game and a half of footy between these two.
Well, that round 19 clash, Bradman Best had a day out. His early result, Melbourne Storm absolutely smashed Canberra. 9 different try scorers. They attacked all over the field, Melbourne.
Yeah, Craig Bellamy started Harry Grant off the bench, and he was dynamic when he came on the field. Jerome Hughes back. Nick Meaney was great.
I think Pappenhausen may be back, Bill, next week. I'd just throw him straight in.
Well, he played 80 minutes yesterday. Ryan Pappenhausen for the Sunshine Coast Falcons. Looked more confident. It's only a matter of time before he finds himself in a purple jersey.
Joey's throwing him in with the one on his back. Is he the one for you next week, Pappenhausen?
Potentially. Potentially. I think he comes back into the equations next week. I think the coaches will look to bring him back in somewhere, whether it's on the bench or at fullback.
Edwards already spent that 10 minutes in the bin, and Hastings returns. Won't play any further part, of course, and hopefully just a week or two, but you never know with the locals.
It's good he's not in an ambulance or not in a car going to the hospital. Let's just cross everything.
Safe take by Young. Wilson unable to time it to put pressure on the big man. That guy really set the tone today with that opening try and all of his running. With Jackson Hastings ruled out due to foul play, of course, Newcastle can activate their 18th man. It's Brody Jones.
Oh, he's smiling.
Keeping that leg elevated. Ponga. Avarillo has been a shining light this year for the Dogs. They're about to return to the full complement. Preston about to get back out there. Burns with his knee heavily strapped. Former Rabbitoh. Always looking to expose those markers who aren't square. That's a nice pass to get Carraz on the outside. Back on the angle. Addo-Carr got rid of Crossland. He's playing angry today, the Fox. And tonight, centre field. Addo-Carr was on fire last year against Newcastle at this venue. Marnie Teammates were in front of him and he has to hand it over.
Yeah, it was last tackle. Reed Money gets out of dummy half, and Kalen Ponga, who's the fullback, was up in the defensive line, shut the play down.
We've got some breaking news now with Rue.
Well, not so much breaking news anymore, Speedy, but we've seen the pictures of Jackson Hastings. He's made his way back to the bench for the Knights. He's not taking any further part in the game. It's that existing right ankle injury that he picked up last year. So they're just going to be a little bit worried about it. They'll do some scans tomorrow and have further information as that goes to light.
Well, hopefully it's just aggravated a bit of scar tissue.
Looking dangerous again. Addo-Carr did enough to slow down Ponga. That'll be a big story tomorrow night on 100% Footy on 9. The updates will come from that, from James Bracey and the team. Plenty of height in Crossland's kick. And a real test for Avarillo, who's tripped up by the turf. And they were in front of the kicker.
Meters.
So this is
Kurt, 10 metres.
something for the Bulldogs.
Inside, mate.
Snuck home against the Dolphins last time out, courtesy of a first-half field goal by Matt Burton. Ended up being the difference maker in that 23-22 win. They'd love any kind of points before half-time here, as Preston.
Big contact there, Adam Elliott.
The Boomers are on Nine's Widewater Sports this week. All starts tomorrow night. 14 tournament down in Melbourne. Will be packed houses at Rod Laver Arena. You can watch it all live and free, exclusively on Gem and 9 Now. Josh Giddey running the show. Paddy Mills shooting the 3-ball, and all those NBA stars back in the green and gold. Less than a year out from the Olympics in the pursuit of gold. Burton, late decision to put it on the boot, and Marju had a tough bounce to contend with there.
That was a strange kick. There was no shape to it. If you watch, he just pretty much threw the ball down onto the foot. There was no control. Look at that. He gets away with it, but there's no shape on that kick. It was just a rushed second thought, maybe third thought.
Or immediate thought once he saw Addo-Carr saying, "Kick it for me."
Oh, yeah.
He tried to find him in stride. I think it might have found the Fox as well if Marju wasn't in the road. Now Burton goes no looker for Burns. Can they hit the scoreboard here? Waddell setting things up. A chance now to go to that right-hand side. Marnie instead goes left for kick out.
Great tackle.
What about that effort from the Knights? 4 of them to slow down the Penrith Premiership winner. Waddell, short ball, flat pass for Edwards. And they've been unable to get it out to the wide areas for the likes of Addo-Carr and Carraz. Another crack for kick out. Underwhelming couple of tackles for the Dogs. Strong defence from Newcastle. Burton kicks towards Addo-Carr and Carraz again against Marju. Chance for Preston to tidy up. And it's play on, is it, for Tuala, who's got the head start. Avarillo makes up the ground. He is fast, Jake. Tuala searching for the finish line, and he'll get there.
Oh, it'd be filthy if this is a no try.
Is Jacob Preston ground the ball at that end?
Well, we'll have to look at the initial contest between Marju and Carraz. And the ball goes back, and does Preston get the ball down? And if he doesn't, well, if Greg Marju doesn't knock the ball
Phil Gould calls Casey one look, Casey. I think this might take a few more looks than once.
Only 10 seconds to go in the half. Just keep going.
Peter Goff just told Casey Badger to take all the time you need.
Yeah.
It's under review.
Just reviewing a possible knock-on, but
Well, this is
The
the
play's
one.
been cleared up to this point. All kick chasers are onside.
This contest is the one between Carraz and Marju.
There's no touch from Greg Marju. And Jacob Carraz knocks the ball backwards.
I think Phoenix Crosland's hand touches the football there.
I think he
Phoenix Crossland gets his hand to the ball. We just need to determine if it's a knock-on or not.
It's a great effort, Billy, from Phoenix Crosland because he actually knocks the ball out.
Yep.
And it goes...
It's a certain try. Phoenix Crosland doesn't get his hand in there.
Does the ball go backwards off Phoenix? I think it goes originally.
Both players get their hand to the ball. We're just looking to determine which way it goes.
That's a knock-on.
It's a knock-on.
Jacob Preston knocks on in the in goal. The ball goes backwards off Phoenix Crossland. It's now regathered by Nari Tuala.
It's a try.
Playing on at this point.
It's a try.
Show the 100 metres in slow-mo. Just because this is the pace I used to run at. Go a bit slower. Slower.
Avarillo, round one, catches him, I reckon, but he's got a bit on strapping on that right leg, and it just cost him a couple of yards.
And the ball is grounded in the in goal. We have a decision.
Greg Marju doesn't touch the ball. It's knocked backwards by Jacob Carraz.
So
And then Preston...
Why isn't it stopped there?
Reed,
We've grounded the ball
get
in
in
the goal.
a taxi
Preston knocks
and
on
go
to the
down
play
to
off.
the bunker.
That's why I've got to try that now.
You don't want to talk to the referee.
They've got to look at that again. Greg Marju genuinely touches it.
Well,
Jacob Carraz doesn't even get a hand to
I'll
it.
disagree with you the way it's been reviewed, mate. Just
Not going to
confirm
win
the
that
mark.
one, Reed. Well, they took their opportunity here, the Newcastle Knights.
What a great effort by Phoenix Crosland
Yeah.
to get
Anari
there just in case.
Tuala, he runs the distance. Only just got there.
He didn't switch off either. That was a good pickup in the in goal.
That may be the longest try in the Knights' history. Well, that's 103 metres. I
And the
can't
rest.
remember anyone running from that far in the in goal. Trying to think back to the days of Aquila Uarte or Darren Albert, Tamana Tahu, Adam McDougall.
What's the furthest you ran?
About 3.5. And don't worry, I was dragging the 7. Couldn't run any further, Bill.
He was almost on the dead ball line. I reckon you're robbing him of about 3 or 4.
Yeah. Where's Middo?
106, 107. We'll
Get the
try and make it official in the second
the
half
tape
for you,
measure.
Joe.
Get the tape out, Middo.
The wheel.
He's been perfect with the boot. And trying to bend it back. It's the first miss for Kalen.
Time off.
Siren sounds. And the players will head for the sheds. 66-0 6 weeks ago and 30 blot at half-time. Newcastle over the Bulldogs.
See what happens the final 40 minutes.
Knights have the breeze at their backs as well. Saifidi with a lovely try assist at the back end of that first 40. Marju coming up from a long way back.
I'd imagine at half-time of the Knights, the big talking point would be defence. Keep them to 0.
It hasn't been done since 2004 that a team has kept an opponent to zip twice in the one campaign. It's the Roosters against the West Tigers. And let's a look at the tries that have been scored so far. Evenly spread in that first 40. Including a double for Tyson Gamble. Oh, he was on kicking duty here. Went backwards. No, went forward, said the referee.
Yeah, just watch the
Last
dummy
tackle, hand
half here.
over.
There is no
Play the ball just
footwork
here,
whatsoever from Kurt
Last
Mann. His
tackle.
feet are just planted, and he bends his back.
Last tackle.
Not happy Tyson Frizzell. Just no drive whatsoever from the footwork.
Push up.
It transfers some body weight to that outside leg.
Make sure we're onside here.
Some poor technique there. You can see
No tackles.
not playing the dummy half position.
Adam Jack, here we are at 1. That's it, Kurt, front foot. Go.
Pointer or two to come from Danny Badiris during the week, perhaps.
I think so.
Held! Lachlan off the ball. Hold it, wait, front foot, wait. Go.
Opportunity for the Bulldogs, who started like this in the first half with some good ball. Couldn't crack the Knights' defence.
There we are. Go, better there. That's it, mate.
Sexton's been quiet. Moved on towards Burton. And now kick out. Chance to target Gamble in that defensive line. He was up for the challenge and created a bobble.
Really well defensively here.
Scrum, clock's on. Middle scrum.
Just watch Tyson
About
Gamble,
11 out.
where he just holds and holds and waits for his back rower to come and help him. It's a ball and all tackle. It's a really good tackle on a big man like Kickout. He just waits, doesn't panic. Just watch, he just waits and waits and waits for his back rower to get there and help him. Look at him waiting, waiting. Smart defensive work there from Tyson Gamble.
That's the play for the Dogs, though. Get an early ball to kick out, letting him go to work.
Jacob on the mark, Greg, on the mark. Go one, Greg, pick the
Good
ball
to see a
up.
set completed in the second half. Complaints about a high tackle are heated here, and Addo Carr has been walking the tightrope in this game.
I don't know what he had for breakfast this
Mark's
morning.
back here.
A fox.
Just onside, guys. Just wait.
What a fox is it?
Make sure we're not over the mark.
Anything.
Yeah. They don't ask questions.
On the line here, back foot. Hold the line. Hold. Jacob Preston, get square now, Carraz. Hold, Toby.
Easy with his ball. Oh, kick out! That's a team lifter. Crossland pays the price. Phoenix took a while to rise after that one.
Well, I know what Viliami Kickow eats.
Actually, he'll be feeding on that side, but.
Eats Phoenix Crossland. Wow. He read that like a book, Viliami, and just went, I'll have that, thank you. Entree in the main. Whack.
I'd love, I wouldn't want to. The noise, that.
Yeah.
It's straight up, Phoenix. Tough boy.
Straight up, you're generous.
That was,
Stay down, stay in.
that was rib tickler.
Still waiting for that complete set. Start of the second half. Liam Knight with the go forward here, and they're set to go right. Addo Carr hoping to get on the end of things. Sexton, Burton, Preston, there's no way through. Sexton again for Edwards and Waddell. Knocking on the door here, the Dogs. Sexton, hospital pass, thrown by Edwards.
Well, those roles need to be reversed. Edwards to Sexton. It needs to be Sexton to Edwards.
Take Adam Elliott up over 100 metres run in this game. Crossland ready to go again. He'll be keeping an eye out for a kick out in his peripheral. Nice switch from Mann. Borderline pass, but it's opened up right-hand side. An important tackle made by Wilson. And that's knocked on by Frizzell. It's scooped up by Wilson. He was nearly away.
First one, Newcastle.
Well, they've got to find that hard edge here, Newcastle.
Clock's on.
It was great lead-up work, plenty of ball movement, but the pass was never on for Tyson Frizzell. It was a risky offload out the back. Just better just take the tackles. Great ball there. Look at the ball movement. Beautiful ball. Once again, Adam Elliott. Oh, sorry, it's Dane Gagai. The pass was never on. You've got to find that hard edge.
Yeah, the word ruthless would have been used a bit at half-time. Let's be ruthless.
Burton slipping over halfway. An inadvertent poke in the eye perhaps there, Tuala. Struggling a little. Newcastle have had a draw this season, so 4 and against not really a factor for them heading into final position in the top 8. They're on the odd number. Started the round in 7th, dropped to 9th. And Sexton kicks in behind, no fullback. And Marnie chases. Great effort, Saifidi, to get there first.
It might have been a slower try, that one, Joey, if Reed Marnie got there. It was Reed Marnie versus Saifidi. They were both running in quicksand, the boys. Oh, just cops an accidental knee in the head. Tuala. Little kick in behind. Sees the fullback in the line, Kalen Ponga. Big Saifidi gets back there to save the day.
Stay on side. Stay behind.
Tries the short one, or short-ish, and it floats outside the 20.
Out together, Daniel Square. Here and hold
First drop out of the game. Trying to put some footwork on, and Hetherington is going to trip him up. Waddell bouncing out of the initial contact from Saifidi. Can almost fall over here, Corey Waddell, and they get bodies around him to hold him up. He's gone 2 metres deep into the end.
Tackle 3 held up, time's off. Leave it to Adam.
Nearly ended up over the dead ball line.
You'll play the ball there, Corey. Tackle 3, 10 out. We're on the goal line here, guys.
Back foot on the goal line. Tyson.
Only scored the 6 career tries, Corey Waddell, but he's had plenty of footy in this region of the ground today. Sexton, kick out, back on the angle, trying to high step his way through. Yeah, that shows strength to keep his feet throughout, but the play the ball was sloppy. Gets the penalty though.
Adam, he's always got his hand in there. Hand in. Reed! Reed! Hold the line, back foot on the line.
Still being held to 0. Chance here though for Preston.
Lachlan, no more. Hold the line now, wait. Wait.
Edwards, a little bit of footwork. Not throwing much at Newcastle just yet. Again, it's Waddell. Now they have to get expansive. Marnie finds Sexton. Little kick didn't get through the line. Look out, runaway try potential again here. Gagai, Young on his shoulder. Ponga looms large. And Burton tripped him up.
Well, Dominic Young was jogging next to him.
Might still be on. Gamble. Oh, he saw Frizzell come late. He was tripped up inadvertently by Burton. What is happening at the start of this second half?
What was in the Gatorade at half-time? That's what I want to know. So the ball goes to ground here. It was an absolute bludger of a pass from Tyson Gamble. And the Bulldogs pick it up and run out. So here's the kick. Puts a leg out, Tyson Frizzell. Gagai goes. Great effort from Reed Marnie to get back there. And then Burton. And look at Dominic Young. They double up down the short side. Tyson Gamble. Billy, what was in the Gatorade? Can you help me?
I'm not sure. They get the ball back here, the Knights. And the one thing they've been good at over the last 5 weeks in this run that they've produced is goal line defence. Adam O'Brien won't be too happy with a whole heap of this second half so far, in particular the errors they're creating, but what they're doing, they're defending them. Their goal line defence has been brilliant.
Mark's just here. Time's off.
He's about to blow a gasket. His team's up 30 block.
Come together here. Let's form up. Clock's still running here, guys. 10 seconds. Heads in.
Adam Elliott was tuning in earlier to watch Millie Boyle go around in the early game of our Sunday triple header on Nine's Wide World of Sports. And he's been impressive in Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy. Putting himself down with that handling error.
Well, it's been a horrible start to the second half.
Jack, straight up! Back to me, back to me.
I think the Knights have completed a set.
We'll give him 1 for that kick that got the halfway go the Dogs. They're leading the errors count since half-time, Newcastle. Oh, Saifidi stands over Harrison Edwards. He liked that, so did Fitzgibbon. And Crossland winds up for big contact on Waddell. They rocked Edwards there, up goes Young. Kick out coming the other way.
Knock on Newcastle.
And Bulldogs get some good ball again.
That's why it goes that way. Yep. Clock's on.
Captain's challenge coming here, I think.
It's gone now.
Well, it's gone backwards, isn't it?
Mark's here. Form up.
Well, they'll get another chance to defend their own try line here, the Knights.
Seconds, form up.
Only completed 1 of 6 sets in this second half. That's what Adam O'Brien won't be happy about, but they get plenty of practice to defend their own try line.
Lachlan, Kalen, lock off, stay in.
Matt Croker about to get out there for the first time. Pass behind Avarillo. Carraz back on the angle.
Held now, held! Release him! Wait.
Edwards again rocked back by the contact from Hetherington this time. Nice pass to find Sexton. Kick out. Trying to put some footwork on. Great defence, Gagai. He's known for that. Waddell. Taken down again in front of that right-hand upright.
Well, I'm yet to see the halfback pass the ball to 5 up.
Marnie gets the set restart and then coughs it up just as the
one-on-one strip by Lachlan.
tackle count was restarting.
They're saying one-on-one strip from Lachlan Fitzgibbon, but then Fitzgibbon knocks the ball on.
Knock on.
Going to challenge it.
All right, Casey. Newcastle captain's challenge. Challenging the decision of a knock on. I've got a one-on-one strip, which he drops on the ground. I think it's Lachlan Fitzgibbon.
Lachlan Fitzgibbon is always around the ball.
It's a one-on-one. Safidi's. He falls over.
He strips the ball in a one-on-one tackle. Just need to see where the ball goes.
Pretty confident. He's got it tucked under his arm, ready to go.
He's got his hand on it.
He doesn't look like he's knocked the ball on.
He's trying to determine if Lachlan Fitzgibbon always keeps his arm around the ball or if there is ever a knock on.
This one might show it.
This is more than one take from Casey.
Yeah.
Lachlan Fitzgibbon always maintains possession of the ball. The whistle is then blown. It'll be a play the ball to Newcastle. Challenge is successful.
He had a stint in the bin last week, Lachlan Fitzgibbon. The winning streak was under threat, wasn't it? Because Asako went berserk, scored a hat-trick during that stint in the bin.
During that time, we've seen sin bins, especially this year, how much it affects the result of the game.
No, I didn't. That was for offside. It's not on that one, mate.
Reid have a chat, Marnie. We're still talking it over with the referee. There's Thompson back on, Joey.
Up there! Hold your front foot. Wait!
Leo Thompson, that is. And here's Croker for his first involvement.
Liam, Jacob, up and square. Hold there, Harrison. Wait, mate, wait.
Stop, start. Clunky kind of stuff at the beginning of this second half after Newcastle were fantastic in the first. Getting a roll on here up the middle. Adam Elliott can't see anything, surely, right now. Strapping coming down over his eyes. He's playing blindfolded.
That's how good he's going.
He's lucky he played it straight.
It could have been skew-if for the same price.
They need to lift
Martin
here,
Bella.
Newcastle. They need to lift. Need to set the tone for the rest of the game here with his set of 6. Wow, rushing off the line.
Leo Thompson up and square. Move together. Leo.
Adele having a rest. Welcome back, Max King.
Off the ball, Lachlan.
Space to wind up for 9.
Last tackle, Leo. Get square now.
Good. Just end over end stuff. Angled away from Ponga, made up the ground nicely. Good kick chase. Burton gave them plenty of time. If you're wondering where Bradman Best is, he's just got a slight groin concern. So probably going to miss another week. It wasn't too serious. An impressive Origin debut in Game 3. Here's a look at the live ladder right now. The Knights back up to 9th on that odd point. They'll be moving to 29 points in the for and against. Taken up over 100. As Crossland kicks out of dummy half, straight down the guts for Avarillo. Nice tackle made by Fitzgibbon, very popular figure here. The applause rings out in Members Appreciation Day here in Newcastle. They've watched a double-header here, the NRLW. Win for the Knights there. And a comprehensive performance here in the NRL.
I want to see the halves get together. The halves play. You get to see Toby Sexton pass the ball to Matt Burton.
He's going the other way here. Made Burns wait for it. Oh, what about that pass around the corner to Adokar somehow, but they run out of room in the end. But Burns has got some skills. Rather Carraz, sorry.
Well, the ball's been in play for the last few minutes. It'll create a little bit of fatigue in the defence. For the small men to come into the game. Kalen Ponga for the Knights.
Billy, you're out in the field for the Knights. What are you saying to your team? What are you saying to your forwards?
Well, it's what we've been saying in here. It's a chance to be ruthless. It's a chance to make a real statement that we're not going to get bored with our footy. You've got to play the simple game, but you've got to work hard to get into positions. When the opportunity presents himself, you've got to take them. But kick long, build your kick chase, build all the things that are going to make it successful in September.
How much is the absence of Jackson Hastings a factor on the verbal front?
Yeah, I think it's a big factor. He drives them mad sometimes. They float out the back. Burton, good tackle once again. Lachlan Fitzgibbon, great desperation.
And chasing across to get involved in the follow-up.
Up now, get square marker.
Avarillo hasn't been able to get into open pastures.
You see in the background Matt Burton limping back into position, not 100%.
So Sexton gets the kick away, straight onto the chest of Ponga.
This ball back in good field position here, the Knights.
Little bobble. Marju had his heart in his mouth there as the defence was closing in. Ponga and Adokar have had some interesting confrontations today. No try yet for Dom Young. Put it down, but had the bunker take it off him. Has to play the ball from the right spot.
Go back another half a foot.
Max, push up.
Is this good enough for you?
Up the Harrison for the Army
So there is the 18th man, activated by Newcastle because of the foul play on Jackson Hastings. Named in the number 15 jumper, Brodie Jones. Got back to the replacement player today. And Saifidi came in. Knocked back and alive here for that man. Oh, look out, Phoenix. Someone's behind you, but he gets a nice kick away and misjudged by Carraz. He knocked it on.
He's facing that way, knocks it forward. Knock on. Scrum.
There's Leo Thompson here for the Newcastle Knights. It's been a great bite.
I did not. Enough.
New Zealander,
Mark's here.
proud Maori
Scrum,
man.
middle, clock's on.
He's doesn't say much. He's actually, his brother came over in the off-season. He plays super rugby.
Scrum's here.
Plays front row hooker. And I was talking to his brother. I said, geez, you look like your brother, mate. He goes, yeah, we're identical twins.
Nailed it, Joey.
I said, who's older? He just stared at me.
He
Not
looks
the
a player.
Not the person to be cheeky to.
You say he's only played 20 odd.
Yeah, hasn't
Rugby
played
league
hardly
games.
any 30 odd.
37.
Yeah,
37th game today.
He's still learning.
Ponga floats it up for Tuala, and Addo Carr made the try saver. Space here in the middle potentially. Newcastle are eager. Best ball they've had in a while. Crossland trying to spin his way through his croaker.
Jacob Preston.
He scored 3 tries this season. Right through the middle. That'll be popular. First try in the NRL for that man, Leo Thompson.
Got no try.
I reckon his identical twin won't mind it either.
Over the line.
Hang on, he's saying he's knocked the ball
To
on.
knock on.
Come on, Peter Goff.
We
Oh, it's
see-
going to the bunker.
You see Phoenix Crosland's gone back to dummy half. Nice little craft out of dummy half, and Leo Thompson hits a bit of space. He's got control at the moment. Does he keep it? Oh, no.
Oh, hang on. He re-grips.
Well, he's got it pinned to
Ball
his chest.
starts to slip away. However, we're trying to determine if there's any clear separation.
The big bicep saved him,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think the forearm has got it pinned to his chest.
Yeah, this is a try. Look at the size of those hands. As if he's going to, they're dinner plates. He's not going to drop the ball. Oh, that's a try, for sure.
Just looking to determine if he's pressing the ball between his forearm and his chest to maintain possession.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no
Well, if
separation.
that's what Casey's looking at, he certainly does that. That big black guard that he's got on his arm. This could be Leo Thompson's first try in the NRL.
The ball is pressed between his forearm and his chest, and downward pressure is applied. We have a decision.
Well done, Leo.
Start the celebrations. He's off the nude run in 2023, Leo.
A bit of separation.
As I mentioned before, Phoenix Crosland, he's gone back to that dummy half position, and Kurt Mann's playing halfback, and you can just see the movements of Phoenix Crosland out of dummy half. Isuzu MUX replay just looks one way, comes back the other. This one was where he picked up Matt Croker, and then close to the line, he finds big Leo Thompson.
Billy, in the pre-season, the All-Stars game, he played for the Maori All-Stars. He roomed with James Fisher-Harris, and by all accounts, they were inseparable. And he came back, and you could see the change in him, the way he trained, the way he prepared himself to go to training. He's a gun. He's a player of great potential.
Big moment in the career of Leo Thompson. 37 games into his rugby league career after switching from rugby union. And the Newcastle Knights well on their way to a 6th straight win. This is the first of 3 games in a row at home as well. They've got the Rabbitohs and Sharks coming here the next couple of weeks. They've got a chance to press for top 4, Joey.
I think that game in a fortnight against the Sharks will be a really big one. Whether they cement that spot in the top 8, well, for both teams. Next week's going to be a big one against the Bunnies, but the week after, I think you'll see it live and free. Round 26, you'll see that here on 9. What a game.
Way to the Dragons to finish off the regular season. Right on track for finals footy again under Adam O'Brien, who took them to the finals the first 2 years in charge as well.
Well, last year was horrendous with injury. Kalen Ponga, the game fullback, he only played limited games.
Nice delay on the pass, but Fitzgibbon couldn't hold on. He's upset with himself about that. 36 plus 66, 102 to zip between these two in the space of a month and a half. Burton, kick out. Again targeting Gamble in that line, but he had company in the form of Big Thompson with his tail up. A little sore. The middle forwards combined there as King's put on his back. Marnie used Thompson as a decoy and tried to force a pass around the corner, knocked back by the Knights and gathered by Sexton. 6 more tackles. King. Oh, strong tackle.
That's Kurt Mann again underneath.
Marnie has a go and gets there and breaks the drought finally. First points against Newcastle this season from the scheming dummy half.
He doesn't stop trying. Little Reed Marnie through the middle of the field. And Kurt Mann made a beautiful tackle on the tackle before. Isuzu MUX replay just couldn't get low enough. Reed Marnie, he's already low. Burrows down. Scores the first try of the Dogs.
So the Roosters of 2004 remain the last team to keep the same opponent scoreless twice in the one season, as Marnie finally gets the Dogs on the board against Newcastle in 2023.
Just explain about getting low defensively there, Bill.
Well, you've got to get under the ball. You know, to stop a try, you don't have to just keep them away from your try line. You just got to keep between the ball and the ground. So wherever the ball is, you've got to get lower and get under it.
And Burton converts.
Newcastle Knights 36, leading the Bulldogs 6. The Knights first advance the 50-50 traffic raffle has been run and won. Our winning ticket number is 10771. The total prize pool tonight, $15,807. Our lucky winner receiving half of that, and of course the other 50% goes to today's charity partner.
Make sure we stay on side here, guys.
Every game for the Bulldogs this season. There's his 4th try of the year, 23rd overall for the former Parramatta Eel. Cow called his name, happy to camp underneath it. Hetherington ready for stick number 2. Thompson already back for his second hit out. Caught out defensively early in his first game of the year. Kicking for Adokar, who's got a bit of a lead here. And trying to juggle it around Ponga, who's just in his head right now.
Is there an injury to Phoenix Crosland in back play? Oh, yeah. Holding a wrist. Trainer had his thumb in the air.
So he's ready to push through the pain barrier.
So you wouldn't risk him, would you?
Flanagan about to come on for the first time. Hetherington is back on for the Knights. And Young on the outside. Back inboard to Gagai. Oh, somehow found Campbell. As he was going to touch that some pass by Dane Gagai. Has had a terrific game. Then gets into first receiver. Ponga, little kick in behind. And tough bounce left behind by Avarillo. Oh, Hetherington back on the ground for 20 seconds. No more than that. And he's a try scorer.
Well, when you get the ball in the hands of your key players, these things happen. Kalen Ponga just drifted across field, decided to put it on the boot. Isuzu MUX replay. This is the play down the right-hand side. A couple of beautiful offloads. Gagai, he gets the ball back into Gamble. And Kalen Ponga, he steps up, give me the ball, drifts across field, just drops it on the left boot. And Jack Hetherington, he gets a couple of good bounces. Geez, there was some tough ones there for Avarillo. But Hetherington applied the pressure. He chased the kick. Beautiful kick. Ricochets off Sexton.
Well, it's a game of first spill, first try to Jack Hetherington, first one to Leo Thompson. And an interrupted off-season, Jack Hetherington. And also Adam Elliott. I think both had groins in the off-season. They didn't too much work. They've come to life late in the season. You see Jack playing consistent footy.
Some powerful forwards. Hetherington, Thompson, Saifidi boys.
Only other career try was as a Bulldog in 2021. Now he has his first as a Newcastle player. Don't forget the NRL season is back, bigger and better this year with 10 teams now in the comp, and there's some ripping contests week in, week out right now, and a tight table as well. Head to NRL.com tickets to secure your seats today.
Billy, 6 straight now for the Knights. Can you see him troubling the top teams come semi-final time?
Well, fully fit. You can see them playing their best football, that they can trouble anyone. Especially with Kalen Ponga playing his best football. Kalen Ponga's a genuine star of our game, and if they can perform like this and then inject their star player, the way they're doing at the moment, they can certainly make some noise in September. These powerful forwards, we spoke about Leo Thompson, Jack Hetherington, the Saifidi brothers. Although Adam Elliott was superb in the first half. Looks like he's jumping into that dummy half role now, Adam Elliott, showing his versatility.
Finds his kicker. Noble puts it up. Avarillo just doesn't have that exceptional pace he's normally renowned for. Ruan, big crowd here.
It certainly is, but also Phoenix Crossland has gone straight up the tunnel with that wrist injury, so we'll keep an eye on that as this progresses. But 23,464 people have turned up today, and the Knights staff say that they believe it's going to be bigger next week when the boys take on the Rabbitohs. It's also another club doubleheader. The women will verse the Broncos.
Yeah, big fan base for the Bunnies up in the coalfields with the older generation. That's where Johnny Sattler was from. So a big support base up around Curry and Cessnock. And they may get upwards of 26,000, 27,000 next week.
But at what cost this win today? The Knights might have lost half their spine.
Yeah, it's a worry. I get the feeling Jackson Hastings isn't as bad. Some reports that, as Brad Fittler spoke at half-time, he's got some plates and screws in that ankle where he's previously broke the leg, and he can aggravate it. And the report was there is a fair bit of carry-on too with the, well, it goes with the number 7 jersey at Newcastle. But the Phoenix Crosland one, that's a worry, because Brayley, he's already gone for the year.
And there isn't one about the number 1. He's just been put in cotton wool by the coach, Adam O'Brien. Kalen Ponga, given a 10-minute early mark. Just put the fans at ease with the applause towards them as well after taking the headgear off. Kalen. A chance for others to shine in attack here as they get a set restart. They might just set the mini goal of trying to raise the bat here with another half-century against this opponent.
The short interchange of passing from the big man has been really impressive today. Started with Adam Elliott.
Gamble just getting everyone on the same page here. Now they look to go to work. Out in front of Gagai, wrapping around, playing a Ponga-like role. Look at Dane Gagai go. What a performance today. Get a Dalian vote or two, I reckon. Gamble's kick, played at by kick out for 6 more, unless he knocked it on there.
Yeah, well, Dane Gagai's gone back to the fullback position, and Brody Jones, he's playing that right centre position where Gagai was.
Tyson.
Stay out of that one, Tyson.
Yeah, shake hands.
Ready to go to work again. The 5'8", out in front of Fitzgibbon. Nice tackle. The halfback Sexton down low. Gets involved again, wasn't square at marker, prompting another set restart. Thompson. Oh! What about the pass?
Oh, he's reeled it forward. Boo! Oh, what a
They're
great
celebrating
pass.
anyway, the Knights.
Middle scrum.
Well, you just spoke about the short interchange of passing, Joey. And this wasn't a pass, this was an offload, a pre-line offload. Oh.
That's out the back of his hand. There's no way that's forward. Anyway.
Well, when you score a try, you gain confidence.
Would you say no to that? No. But as you said, they're gaining confidence, aren't they? The middle forwards, the pre-line passing. Well, that one was in the line.
Peter Goff going to bat for his touchies. Drew Altram and Damien Brady, who made the call there that was forward. They had the best look right down the line. Thursday night footy, the Cowboys against the Sharks. On Nine's Wide World of Sports.
That'll be a ripper. Still no Val Holmes, still no Jeremiah Nene. Sharks found form again.
Flanagan in that new role. Sexton, Canaverillo and Carraz been kept quiet today. Nice offload though, allowing Sexton to swing it back to the other side. Burton slipping through one. Chance to pass, but Croker whacked him soon enough. Thompson out to Preston, and Carraz can have another go. Inventive kick around the corner, but Gagai back in that fullback role now with no Ponga. Hasn't put a foot wrong today. Be a great club man as well, wouldn't he, Dane Gagai?
Oh, yeah, very popular. Works hard, trains hard, always supporting the younger players. It's the second stint at the Knights. Went there, then went to South Sydney.
Saifidi, who had that try taken away by the forward pass call, keeps it alive. Scouting wide is Jones. Big man out there playing as right centre effectively. With Gagai back to fullback in the reshuffle. How good's that from Young for Gamble?
Hand over. Guys, we're behind the line here, Newcastle.
Nearly made something of nothing. Dominic Young. Tyson Gamble put up a midfield bomb.
He's been really good today, Tyson Gamble. Defensively on kick-out. Tyson's made 18 tackles, so half of those would have been on kick-out. But also his kicking game. Sit in the pre-game. He's a much better player than I thought he was. I thought he was all just effort and cheek. He's got some class. His ball playing. It's really improved too this year. It's really good to see.
As Jack Cogger returns next season to Newcastle to play in the halves, you'd presume.
And there's a young man from England, Will Price, son of Leon Price, great English player. Huge raps on Will.
Pangai's pass was flat to Burns. Switch it back the other way. Sexton on the way out to Preston. Pretty flat, the chasers there. That's the one try to show for their efforts today, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it all fell apart at the start of the game for the Dogs. The two easy tries. Tyson Gamble and Dane Gagai pretty much untouched between Thompson and Viliami Kikau. And they had two sin binnings, which the game was just beyond reach by the time they got back to 13 on 13.
Maju nearly a candidate for an HIA after that head whacked the turf a moment ago. A little slow to get back into position. Pressure on the Gamble kick. Matt O'Carr able to take it on the full and get right back into Newcastle territory briefly. Down to Root.
Yeah, Speedy, good news for Knights fans and for Joey. Phoenix Crossland is okay. He's just exacerbated an existing wrist injury, so he's out on the bench. He's been needled, but no need for him to come back onto the field, so they think he's going to be okay for next week.
Looks like the ice pack has been removed and the moon boot is on for Jackson Hastings as well.
Yeah, we'll have scans, I'd say, tomorrow. Fingers crossed. It was a bit of a danger game today for the Knights. I was a bit worried.
A bit worried?
Yeah, I was there.
Held first, tackle 4.
Coming from a lot of travel from the Knights last week, and the Bulldogs coming off the bye, it may have been an ambush, but the Knights started so well.
Burns trying to straighten things up, linked with Sexton again. In fact, the ball was spat out the back, and it's alive now for Burton. 7 tackle set, given up once more. Don't forget news time just around the corner. We'll be straight there at full time.
Yeah, it's been the most impressive part of the Newcastle Knights over the last little period is their defence. And stands up again. They'll look to counter-attack here with 2 minutes to go on the clock. They'll look to finish with points.
Don't forget after the news, 7:00 block. We've got the bathrooms reveal. Scott Cam and the gang settle in for your Sunday night viewing after Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy. Nice read defensively there from Burns, but Gagai slips out another tackle. He's in double figures for tackle busts today, Dan Gagai. And they finish with a flourish here in Members Appreciation Day at McDonald Jones Stadium. On the last, Gamble goes high. Young trying to squeeze his way through. Good take, Wilson. Oh, Burns had a look up. And they will be about 3 or 4 more plays for Newcastle if they want them.
Well, here's a chance to send the crowd home with one more big cheer. Imagine the ball may go to Gagai.
The home record about to improve to 7-3 this season, and those 2 more big home games to come in the next fortnight, as we spoke about, against the Rabbitohs and Sharks.
The best chance might be the first play here, right now.
Man. Oh, Marju trying to bust them. He'll take some stopping here. Look at all the bodies that had to go on the line there to slow down the winger. And Hetherington in pursuit of a double for the first time in his career. Could not hold on.
Advantage, knock on.
And that should do us.
Yeah.
The Newcastle Knights are back into the top 8 and have dominated the Bulldogs in 2 encounters in the space of 6 weeks. Full time here. Newcastle 42, the Bulldogs 6.